welcome everyone to the pilot episode of the Win or Lose show. This show is about the competition that I set up with David from the Refined Football Show or TRF podcast, like everybody knows. This competition is about predictions. The rules, they are very simple. Each of us by rotation will have a selection of 5 matches from the Premier League fixture. We'll put our predictions. Correct result will bring you 3 points. Correct score will bring you 5 points. So in order to balance through the season. And this selection is because we are trying to give the tough matches for the other team. Yes, so let's get straight to the prediction. For these episodes, for these fixtures, I choose the following games: Brentford, Tottenham, Brighton, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Leeds United, Hull City, Manchester United, and Newcastle versus Liverpool. So you see, I try to get matches that they are, I would say, quite balanced because there are some teams that they are playing at home, like Brentford. Obviously, Tottenham got a very good transfer window, but they are playing away. So a match will be very hard to predict. So let's get straight to my prediction. For the first match, Brentford and Tottenham. Roberto De Zerbi, very, very, very offensive manager but I will not see a big score. I will see just a scrape win from Tottenham. So my prediction, it is 1-0 for Tottenham. In Brighton, Aston Villa, Aston Villa is on the verge to lose Enzvi Konsa. The news they came today on social media everywhere that Konsa has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. So it will be a very interesting game. I didn't watch them in pre-season, to be honest. But again, I only seen Aston Villa in the European Super Cup. So I will go on Villa again, a victory for the away team. I will go 2-0 for Villa. Nottingham Forest, Leeds United, quite a balanced match. I've seen Leeds United versus Manchester United. They impressed me there. I don't know how much they impressed me as much as Manchester United disappoint me. So I will go for a draw there, a 1-1. Hull City, Manchester United. This is a tough one. Manchester United, they show some defensive weakness, in the preseason. But they played with very good teams from Europe. The last result, I think it was against AC Milan, where they lost 4-2. Hull City, impressive campaign of transfers in the summer. They're playing at home. Obviously, it is a little bit of an advantage. Manchester United, they are coming with their Premier League experience and with quite a good quality team. I will go again a scrape win for Manchester United. 1-0. No, I will say 2-0 for Manchester United. Another away win. Newcastle Liverpool. This is very interesting because we know that Newcastle at home was quite a good team in the past, but they lost a lot of players. A lot of players. The fans, they are in turmoil. I will see Liverpool. Liverpool didn't impress in the preseason. This one is a tough one, but you know what? It's tough for David as well. So what will be my prediction for Newcastle Liverpool? I will go for a scrape win for Liverpool, 1-0. All right, so these were my prediction for this week. We'll try to be quite constant with our shows, and I'm intending to win this competition. I forgot to tell you that at the end of the season, me and David we agreed that we will have a thematic there. I already give him some ideas, knowing me that I'm a big Arsenal fan. He mentioned something about the Tottenham Stadium. I think that is nasty, but I have a very good imagination, so be aware. I will leave you now with David, and let's see his predictions.
With the biggest match in March day one, Newcastle up against Liverpool. Of course, last season, it took Liverpool up until the 90th plus minute to score a winner, and it came from Rio Ngomora, and it gave Liverpool that sweet victory. It ended 2-1 in favor of Liverpool, and as at that time, it was Arne Slot that was at the helm of affairs, and I am seeing that game end in another 2-1 victory for Liverpool. Of course, Newcastle, they've sold most of their key legs, talking about Anthony Gordon, talking about Gumares, talking about Tonali. These players are no longer at the club, and they're going to find it very, very difficult if you ask me. So Liverpool are giving them the victory in this one, 2-1, my correct score prediction. The next game is Hull City up against Manchester United. I am giving this victory to Manchester United, 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. The next game is Nottingham Forest up against Leeds. Nottingham Forest recently sold our Nigerian brother Taiwo Awoniyi to Coventry City, and they still have some Nigerians in their some very good legs in their fold, and I believe Nottingham Forest is going to be a very, very tough one. I think so, but it's going to be a slim victory for Nottingham Forest. 2-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest. My prediction: 2-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest. The next game to predict is Brighton up against Aston Villa. Of course, our own Zadok Johanna is now playing for Brighton, and is going to be part of the squad that will be playing against Aston Villa. This is going to be a very, very tricky one, if you ask me. Unai Emery, you know what he was able to do for Aston Villa last season. Can he go on to pull up a surprise this season? I think he can. I think he absolutely can. And I'm seeing this one to be a full-time draw. A full-time draw, 1-1, 1-1, correct score is my prediction. A full-time draw between Brighton and Aston Villa. And the last game I'm going to be predicting in our prediction room segment, episode 1, is the game happening between Brentford and Tottenham. We got Thiago shine bright for Brentford last season. Tottenham have a new coach in De Zerbi. They've made some fantastic signing. Of course, Tonali has joined Tottenham already, and Tottenham are looking forward to building a very, very solid team. This game, something tells me it's going to be a draw, but I'm going to give it to Tottenham. Tottenham to win this by a slim victory, by 2-1 in favor of Tottenham. So I'm going to give a recap. Brentford, Tottenham, 2-1 in favor of Brentford. Brighton, Aston Villa, full-time draw, 1-1. Nottingham Forest up against Leeds United. Nottingham to edge this one by 2-1. Hull City up against Manchester United. Manchester to win by 2-1. Reply goes 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. And the last game for match day 1 in our prediction room segment is Newcastle, Liverpool. Liverpool to win this one by 2-1.